Hello, everyone. Bruce Hall here with NEBA President Chris Forey.
Hello.
Hi, Chris. And we would like to talk to you about the NEBA Hall of Fame. After 54 years, we are now going to initiate a NEBA Hall of Fame. That Hall of Fame is going to have 49 inductees in the first round as well. That's for bowling ability, and we'll have 5 contributors to NEBA for meritorious service. So we'll have a total of 54 inductees into the Hall of Fame. We're going to be having our Hall of Fame dinner on August 26th, and Chris is going to give you the details of that. That Hall of Fame dinner is in conjunction with the $50 tournament at Hall of Fame Silver Lanes, hosted by Tony Renaud. So Chris, can you tell us a little bit more about the dinner and where it's going to be and how we can get tickets?
Currently, the dinner is going to be at the Gallery in Glastonbury, Connecticut. It's going to be from 5 to 6 will be cocktail hour. From 6 to 10 will be the dinner itself. As far as tickets, in the next couple of weeks, we will have more information on tickets on the NEBA website, on Facebook, Instagram, wherever we post to social media. We will have more information there. We invite everybody. It's not just for the inductees and their families. It's a celebration of NEBA's past and present and even the future. So we'd love to have everybody come out. It'll be a great celebration. I know I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure Bruce is, as everybody is. It's been a long time coming.
That's going to be an exciting event. I can't wait for it. And now I will tell you that it is our distinct pleasure to read the initiation class to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And we agreed we'll go back and forth as we go through the names. So I'm going to begin with our latest champion. We're actually filming this here at AMF Chicopee Lanes, and about a half an hour ago, Mike Lichstein just won his 30th title. And Mike will be our leading inductee into the Hall of Fame.
And Bill Webb.
Barry Warshevsky with 14 titles.
George LeCain, 9 titles.
Then Alex Aguiar made the cut here at Chicopee with 18 titles.
Paul Moser with 12 titles.
Chris Rebstock, 14 titles.
Brian Bogosian, 11 titles.
Tony Renaud, host of our tournament, the $50 tournament that August weekend, with 10 titles.
Ron McCall, 8 titles.
Russ Mashad bowled here this week, 10 titles.
Dave Forcier, get better buddy, 12 titles.
Todd Lathrop, 10 titles.
Tim Cornelio, he'll be coming back into town for the event, 6 titles.
Excellent, great. Our friend Bill Spigner out in Chicago, 5 titles.
Gary Grant, 4 titles.
Terry Yorker, 4 titles.
Mike Klapik, 5 titles.
Eddie Roberts here at the board meeting this morning, 7 titles.
John Van Hees, 10 titles.
Hans Fecko, I know he moved out to the West Coast. I see him on Facebook, 7 titles for Hans.
It'd be great to see Hans. Dick Millard, 8 titles.
Larry Lichstein, father and son, with 4 titles.
Larry was super excited to get that call, we heard.
Oh, wasn't he?
Steve Dale Jr., 9 titles.
R.J. Broge with 7 titles.
Orv Gordon, 2 titles and 2 Bowler of the Years.
And the thing, let's finish the list and we'll talk about a little bit about the criteria, because some of these guys have fewer titles than others. Mike Collins, 3 titles. I remember Mike very well.
Yep. Larry Doobie, I had the pleasure of talking to Larry the other day. 3 titles. He had me on the phone for about 40 minutes. It was a great talk.
I love Larry. John Federici, 3 titles.
Ed Casio with 4 titles.
Tony Attardo out of North Attleboro, 4 titles.
Ernie Hasteri with 4 titles.
Backup bowler, Ernie.
Yes, I heard that.
Mike Leddick, my friend, 4 titles.
Scott Santos, 8 titles.
How about Bob Glenn with 4 titles?
And the late Mike Lothrop with 7 titles.
George Tigner, 8 titles.
Frankie Kalka, probably the youngest of the class getting in, with 7 titles.
I was proud to have beaten Frankie today. I'll just let you know, even though I'm not in the Hall of Fame. Frank Anton with 4 titles.
John Beckish, 4 titles.
John Campo, 5 titles.
Greg Flamon, same thing, feel better, buddy, 4 titles.
Patrick Allen, part-time bowler from New York, just happened to come up here, win 6 titles, and make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Patrick, a unique thing there. 6 titles and 60 events. It's like the Tiger Woods of bowling.
Amazing.
In NEBA. Mike Dupuis with 5 titles.
John Ellis, 6 titles.
Ron Haddam, 3 titles.
And Marcel, our friend, Marcel Lessard, 4 titles.
Gary Schultes with 3 titles.
And our last inductee, number 49, for bowling ability, Chris Soule.
Chris Soule, 6 titles.
And our inductees for meritorious service, begins with someone everybody knows and loves, Becky Craigling.
Yes, Becky has been a long time. We call her the heart and soul, the brains behind us.
Secretary Treasurer.
At least Secretary Treasurer for at least
everything.
15 years or more. She's done a great job. She keeps us running with all the history and everything, and making sure we stay on track and don't deviate from the plan of our forefathers.
Jack Staley, longtime tournament director.
Yes.
Jack.
Yep. Fred Delfino, one of the founding fathers of NEBA.
Rick Pols, another founding father. I knew Rick very well when we both bowled out of Bloomfield for many years.
Yep, and also Bill Baker. So we'd like to thank those 5 for their contributions to NEBA, keeping the club going. And again, as Bruce was saying, there was a lot that went into this. Tony Renaud,
and Eddie Roberts.
Ed Roberts, Becky Craigling, Danny Kay, put a lot of thought into this. Ed and Tony worked on a point system, giving more points to those that won prior to 1992, I believe, or 91.
Yep, that's around
when the format was changed in NEBA, at one point there was only one squad you were allowed to bowl. And think about that, that made it a lot harder. And there was no squad cut. You actually had to beat the field to get in. So, and the matches were 2-game matches. So a lot of bowling took place. So we put a little more emphasis on those titles. They doubled their point value.
As hard as it is to win today, it was even harder back then.
Right. So as we went down through the list, you might have heard like one gentleman had, like Orv Gordon, I believe, had 2 titles and 2 Bowl of the Years. They did obviously get points for their Bowl of the Years, Senior Bowl of the Year, all these other things. So any kind of wins, not just wins in titles, but wins in Bowl of the Year, everything counted toward points. And very distinct class, as Bruce and I have said in the past. It's not easy. We both have 3 titles. I jokingly said when he came out with this, I won't be getting in anytime soon. And I'm okay.
They'll let us go to the dinner, though. So
yes, we get to go to the dinner and introduce everybody.
That's okay.
But I will say, I think it's a tremendous honor. The phone calls this week, making the calls to all the Hall of Famers, it was amazing. It was touching to some. I mean, the response, a lot of guys were awestruck that I called. Even some of the younger guys, they never even thought they would ever get in, or at least not now. But we felt it was necessary to put everybody in at once.
Yep.
The point system was hard. Let's get them all in.
Well, and in future years, we'll induct, the guys that reach
qualify.
the criteria, and we'll go from
exactly.
there.
So once, and the good thing is,
big,
there's no
54 right up front, and then we'll have all the way back through our 54-year history.
Exactly. And the thing is, there's no voting like a lot of Hall of Fames. So once you get there, you're going to get in.
Yep.
And that's what makes it unique. And like I said, it was well thought out by the committee, so I want to personally thank them for putting a lot of effort in. We do have a lot of work, though. We're 3 months from the dinner. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, but it's going to be fun. Bruce is going to be our MC. I appreciate him. He is the voice of NEBA, as everybody has heard.
Huge honor. Huge
and,
honor just to be part
and
of this,
our goal will be
you.
hopefully to live stream this. We've discussed it. Our goal is going to be hopefully to live stream it. If not, if anything, we will record it and get it up onto YouTube. So,
if there's not good internet at that Glastonbury facility, we're going to bring our own broadcast truck. We're going to live stream that thing one way or the other.
This to me is the biggest thing that we have done. Again, it honors our history. I didn't grow up here bowling in NEBA. I didn't grow up in this area, but I grew up loving bowling and knowing about the history of NEBA because I was friends with Michael Lickstein as a kid and knew about bowling.
Well, I grew up in Bloomfield and was with Larry before he went out on tour. So I've lived this. I've been bowling NEBA for over 40 years. Didn't win my first title until 2002. All those years, I couldn't get a title out of that, but just tells you how hard it is.
Exactly. So it's going to be a fun night. The inductees are ecstatic. They can't wait for it. Like I said, and we invite everybody. Please, if you love bowling, if you love NEBA, purchase a ticket. Come on out. You're going to have fun. It's going to be great to see all the people that have made the club what it is in the 54 years. And I'm proud to just be part of this and feel like one of the people that made this get done and push it along because it's been talked about for a long time. So
you are El Jefe. You are our president. So thank you very much for driving this.
Trying.
So everybody, please join us on August 26th. It's going to be a night to remember. It'll be in Glastonbury, Connecticut, near Hartford. Please spread the word. If you are on this list or you know anybody who's on this list, please let them know. If they haven't heard from us, please let's get as many people to that dinner as we can.
And
Thanks very much.
And after you watch this, please share on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Please share. It helps get the word out. That's how we get to more people. There were a couple people on the list that we have not been able to get in contact with. So again, please, though, share on Facebook all our posts. That's how we're going to make the club even better for the future.
Okay. Good job, bud.
Thank
all
you.
Right. We'll see you all on the 26th. Thanks.